My name is Johannes Favi. I was detained in Kankakee for 10 months, 2 weeks. One night, I had a dream that my child was crying. I picked up my child and put her on my chest just to make her feel better. And I woke up to realize that I was behind bar and I was having a fake dream.
My name is Felipe Diosdado, and when I was on detention, I was just dreaming to be out. There was just a little window on the ceiling that we can see the light coming through. And I see the moon on the month once. So I was dreaming to be out and try to be out with the fun.
Yo soy Beatriz Batres. Era como una situación difícil en el sentido de que estando en la detención a las 2 de la mañana llegaban a hacer una cuenta para ver si alguien se había escapado y posteriormente media hora o una hora llegaban y sacaban a las familias en las madrugadas. O sea, te acostabas, pero no sabías si te iba a tocar a ti irte deportado sin derecho a ir a un juez. Entonces era en medio de toda esa angustia de que no sabes si iba a ser yo la próxima que iba a salir.
It made me feel desperate, not being able to hold my child, to see that my human rights were taken away and I couldn't be in contact with my children anymore.
It was really painful being in there and don't be able to hug my kids or kiss them.
Mis miedos y la vida fuera de la detención ha sido difícil.
Now, an NPR investigation stretching over more than 3 years has revealed a massive trove of government records. They show that the government's own experts found barbaric treatment, negligent medical and mental health care, racist abuse, and what one expert called astonishing failures inside these detention facilities.
At least 19 migrant women held at Irwin County Immigration Detention Facility in Georgia have come forward with claims of medical abuse against a doctor.
New images of tent cities, some are likening them to internment camps.
As a group, immigration detainees are especially vulnerable to sexual abuse and its effect while detained due to social, cultural, language isolation.
In this Arizona facility, a 16-year-old boy complaining about water tasting like chlorine. Agents took the mats out of their cell in retaliation.
A Cuban seeking asylum in the U.S. who had been in ICE custody in Louisiana for months died by an apparent suicide. Royland Hernandez-Diaz had been on a hunger strike and had claimed abuse in prison.
Immigration detention can have a long-lasting impact on an individual who is detained, but also family members. The conditions and the detention centers, in the uncertainty about the future and what's happening next, can cause mental health conditions such as PTSD and also anxiety and depression and many other conditions. A recent study in 2019 from the American Immigration Council showed that up to 84% of people who are detained experience at least one type of mental health disorders and conditions. And the longer they are detained, the more chances they have of experiencing stress, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts and behaviors.
Driving on a road was a challenge. Right after detention, hearing sirens will make you panic, and even if you don't commit a crime. So I have to readapt to society.
What Johannes experienced is the association of a traumatic event with a specific sound or smell. This happens often when our body connects the traumatic experience that happened with something in the environment, and that's something that later on will trigger those same fears and feelings, making his body think that he's in danger again.
My kids were 8 and 11, and the most particular thing is when they send me letters and they send me drawings, and some of them still I didn't read them yet. I can't read them. I just still close. I don't know what they told me on some of them because it was really painful to read.
What Felipe might have been experienced is that he knew that those letters had some strong feelings from his child. Even if it was a loving and caring letter, it was a reminder that his family was in distress and emotional distress. And now that he is released from detention, the fear of opening the letter and reading can bring those flashbacks of him being incarcerated, being detained, not being able to be with their family. So it's very common for people who experience traumatic events like incarceration that they want to completely dissociate and separate from the experience.
A diario el recordar que tengo una orden de deportación, que el sistema no es justo. En un principio era como tener miedo hasta de que un policía te viera. Y el hecho de que antes de mi corte yo pude ver el diagnóstico, y es un diagnóstico de estrés postraumático, que en realidad yo no pensé que lo tuviera de ese tipo.
What Beatriz is experiencing is a high level of stress related to an event that happened years ago that still carries on and continues years after her time in detention. Unfortunately, the experiences of Johannes, Felipe, and Beatriz are not isolated events and isolated cases. This is the common experience of individuals who go through immigration detention and immigration process. Folks that have been released from immigration detention should seek mental health services right away to increase their chances of recovery.
Welcome.
Hola. Y en esta oportunidad estoy frente a ustedes para compartir el hecho de todo lo que sucede dentro de Farmville y cómo afecta a nuestras comunidades. Con seguridad puedo decirles que soy la voz de miles de personas, de miles de familias, de mujeres, madres que están enfrentando esta situación. Creo que si yo no hubiese llegado a las terapias, no sé en realidad cómo estuviera hoy. Siento que la comunidad inmigrante no tiene acceso a la salud emocional nos hace desconocer tanto de factores emocionales que no nos permiten podernos desarrollar.
The need for resources available for individuals who have been detained and released from immigration is extremely important.
After experiencing immigration detention and the trauma, it's okay to look for help.
After being on detention and go through all this by yourself or with your family, it's okay to look for help, professional help, and to heal.
Y está bien buscar ayuda. Siempre que se necesite, está bien decir, quiero estar mejor. Y para estar mejor a veces hay que cuidarnos a nosotros para poder cuidar a los demás.
What makes me hopeful is that many others like me standing against an unfair system. I hope our children don't have to experience this trauma, and that the children also one day don't go through the same.
When I'm thinking of the future, what made me hopeful is the community and the support, the organizations, and how strong we can be if we are together.
Cuando pienso en el futuro, algo que me trae esperanza es el hecho de ver a más gente de comunidad que pierde el miedo a hablar. O sea, me da esperanza el hecho de que la gente pueda entender que podemos hacer cosas cuando nos unimos.